The first card that came out of the deck here is the Temperance card, and the Temperance card is all about moderation. It's about like doing things in a manner where you're getting just the right amount, okay? So this is a card about not overindulging, not excessively ruminating over things. So I feel like it's a lot more about enjoying the moment and being present in the moment, okay? The Temperance card, when it comes out, it could basically mean a situation that requires a lot of delicate, I guess, communication. It's linked up here with the Ace of Swords, which indicates to me that you might be in a situation where there is communication coming through and you're feeling a little bit topsy-turvy. Your emotional state is riled up. I feel like it's a very positive combination, but it's basically telling you to be a little bit more, I almost feel like to be a little bit more like thoughtful, and to think some things through before you communicate. So I feel the element of, communication coming in very, very strongly, where you're going to have to be really, really deliberate and careful about the words that you use, the way that the other person that you're communicating with might misconstrue, or might misunderstand what you're saying. So be careful about communication, and be careful about, delicate communication, delivering bad news or delivering good news in a way where, it doesn't become too disruptive or too upsetting for the other person. So that's what I feel is coming through for a lot of you. When I first pulled out this card, I got a really positive, message. I got a really positive image. And, the rainbow in the background usually indicates to me like finding silver linings in all of life's situations, okay? And I definitely feel like the energy for this month is it's like a little bit of a mixed bag. So I definitely feel like a lot of you have gone through some situations last month where there has been like, a lot of clarity that came through, okay? So this is kind of like that silver lining moment where, after the rainstorm, then the rainbow comes out. So you're approaching this month with a lot of optimism, with a lot of cheerful energy, with a new, like a renewed sense of like loving your life, or really enjoying your life. That's what I'm sensing. And it's interesting mainly because I feel like there has been some foggy energy that was following you around in September. And I feel like you were able to, I guess, cut through the fog, and it brought about a new day. Okay, so right now you're feeling very good, very optimistic, and I do sense that, this energy is going to continue through the rest of this month, okay? So cutting through the fog is one of the main things that I'm getting here. For those of you who have been dealing with like lack of motivation, I'm sensing, or, getting too much either caffeine or sugar in your diet, and you were feeling like very lethargic, or feeling like you had to wean yourself from dependency on some type of substance. I'm not getting like illegal substances. I'm feeling more like mundane things such as alcohol, such as like sugar, coffee, tea, something like that you ingest on a regular basis that you don't even think about, and then all of a sudden you realize that, it's making me feel a little bit out of shape, or it's making me feel like I'm not operating at my best, so I'm going to try to wean out that substance from my life, okay? And I feel like it could just be sugar. I'm getting sugar crystals for some reason from this spread. So I feel like you're doing some type of revamping when it comes to your personal eating or drinking habits. And I feel like it's done. So like you're cutting back, you're doing things in moderation, you're trying to slim down, I feel, for a lot of you. So I definitely feel like not only are you exercising, you're also slimming down based on the calorie intake that you're putting in your body, okay? Which is great. And I feel like you're doing a little bit more research as to how you can accomplish your goals. And that comes through here with the Hermit. So the second cluster here is we have the Hermit card as well as the Devil card. And both of these are, I feel like this is a lot of realization, a lot of like this jolt to the system type of an awakening, okay? So if you look at this situation in combination, it seems almost as if, someone is telling you, hey, look at this situation where, you were very bound, you were very stuck, and you weren't very happy. Do you want to continue being in this place, or do you want to break yourself free? So if you can interpret the cards, okay, the devil deals with restriction. The hermit deals with your spirit guides, your higher wisdom, higher truths that are trying to come through for you to get you to understand a specific situation. So I feel like both of these two cards in combination with one another and the way that they are depicted in these two cards, it indicates to me that there is a unhealthy habit in your life that the universe is trying to force you to face, to confront, and to break those chains of control, okay? There is a situation that you guys need to really reassess to get yourself out of, because I feel like it's not really serving you anymore. It's taking away your free will, and this can be dependency in terms of, drugs, alcohol. I didn't see that earlier, but the devil card can be very, very severe in that, drugs, alcohol, addictions to all kinds of substances, okay? And it could be even as a simple, mundane as sugar to, the most extreme form is, sex addiction, alcohol, drugs. So whatever that one situation is in your life, I feel like a lot of you are realizing that you need to make a change, that it's really affecting your ability to think clearly, because I'm getting a lot of fogginess with these two energies where you're kind of like in a daze, you're kind of daydreaming, you're kind of lethargic, I feel like, having that sugar crash where or like food coma, food coma, where you eat a lot and you feel very, very tired, you feel unmotivated. So I definitely feel a lot of you are re-examining something that is like sapping away your energy, is keeping you very stuck, you don't have control over it, or you feel like it's running your life. So regaining this sense of, human agency, free will is going to be really important for you. I feel a lot of you are aware of this. You might have swept it under the rug. I'm getting that it has been, shown to you, and a few of you might be sweeping it under the rug. And I feel like, possibly around the last week of the month, some information comes through, like some type of information comes through, official information comes through. I'm getting letters and things like that, news letters and things like that coming through that might tell you, you know what, I need to, break away from this. And I feel that you are going to be able to break away from this in a way that is really, really healthy, okay? So first of all, we have the Three of Swords, which indicates to me some type of a separation. This can be, like physically removing yourself from a situation that was not healthy for you, from a person that was not healthy for you, and moving forward in a manner where you are going to, you are going to be able to reclaim your power, okay? You are going to be able to chart a new territory, a new path for yourself. So both of these, you don't usually see this combination happening. And I rarely see it in a cluster, but when it shows up for me, it usually means separate yourself from something so that you can achieve some type of a better offer, or even like some type of a spiritual or even emotional cleansing, okay? So I do feel a lot of you are doing some detoxing, a lot of you are exercising, a lot of you are really disciplining your body and your mind. I feel a lot of lethargy with this spread, so I feel like a lot of you might not be getting good news when it comes to blood sugar, for example, and then you're going to implement a lot of cardio exercise into your routine. That's what I'm feeling. A lot of you might be getting, like some news about, health, and then you're like, okay, I need to whip myself in shape, so I need to like take better care of my health. So you're weaning yourself away from some type of a habit or something that was not good for you. It kept you very, very restricted. It kept you feeling very hopeless, and you're separating yourself from it. It is a painful process, and I feel like a lot of you will be dealing with this throughout this month. And I do feel that, the Three of Swords, it looks really scary, but it is a card in the minor arcana. So the effect of it, I feel like it's not as detrimental as like the Tower or something, from the major arcana. But I feel like a lot of you need to do this, okay? Need to separate yourself from a situation that was really unhealthy. And I feel for some of you, it's because there is a new situation in the works, or because this has been a very, very bad, toxic environment. And as a result of it, of separating yourself from it, you're going to be able to achieve a lot more healing, a lot of growth, and a lot of new abundance that is going to be emotionally fulfilling for you. So the last cluster here is the Prince of Swords and the Five of Swords. The Prince of Swords indicates an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. This is somebody that comes through with with a very direct energy. They're quite aggressive. They're quite brave, courageous, okay? So a lot of you might be dealing with this person in whatever capacity. I feel like they're bringing some news, and they're like, you see them as almost like the knight in shining armor, okay? And going back to this situation where we have the Three of Swords here, I feel like the energy is very, very similar. So it's also linked up here with the Five of Swords, which basically means that, the Five of Swords is a card that indicates some type of a swift victory. Although it's considered a victory, no one is really winning. It's like winning at somebody else's expense, okay? So you might be dealing with somebody who's very, very courageous, rash, but they are not very cautious about the way they communicate. They might say things to upset you, or they might unknowingly say some things to upset you. And I feel like this is not somebody who is totally a team player, meaning not because they're not nice, but they're very independent. They're very come and go, and their energy is like very malleable, like very swift and sudden, kind of like the wind. So I'm getting Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra, someone who's very, very independent, and I feel like don't take the things that they say at face value, because they're just very blunt, okay? They don't mean to hurt you, because I feel like they're just really blunt. Whatever they think, they will say it, and they're not very like thoughtful when it comes to other people's feelings. They're not as delicate, so I feel like they're not as thoughtful. I wouldn't, dwell too much on this situation. So going back to the Three of Swords, a lot of you might be separating yourself from an old situation, and then, going off, charting a new territory, and really putting your foot down. I feel like for a lot of you, you might be encountering a new person here. So this can be an Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra that you are, that you might be leaving, if it's a partnership, like a work partnership, business partnership, or it's somebody in your work environment. I definitely feel like this person might be the one that's leaving. If they are causing problems for you in your work environment, I feel like they're wrapping up their stuff and leaving. For some of you, it could be multiple air signs, okay? So I'm getting that, mainly with this Five of Swords. If there has been troublesome people in your work environment, for example, I feel like they're going away. They're the ones picking up their bags, and you might have to deliver some bad news, but they're picking up their bags and they're going. So I feel like bad elements are being weaned out of your life for this month, and it looks like it's a very empowering type of energy that's coming through, where things are kind of like cleared off the desk in a very swift manner so that you can begin anew, okay? So it's all very good. So the advice here, we do have the Empress. And the Empress indicates, very, very strong pregnancy vibes. For some of you, there could be, new love coming through via children. So this can be adopting a child, taking on the role of the nurturer, the maternal figure, or the paternal figure, and new people being brought into your life, a new child, a birth of a child, or especially, like adopted children. So I definitely feel like this combination could also mean like, once again, something is with you, right? So let's say, for example, you're carrying a baby, and you might deliver this month. So there might be, some type of sharp objects involved. You might deliver, and then you have like a new bundle of joy. So that's one interpretation of this. I rarely see it in together. So, but with the Empress card, it deals with pregnancy. It deals with like the mother figure. So I definitely feel like themes surrounding children, child rearing, and, maturation, children leaving the nest, for example, going to a different situation where they have to fend for themselves, and it's all a part of a growing process. It might be difficult for you to accept, but I feel like you're going to do it no matter what. And I definitely feel like you're going to be playing the role of the mother or the father figure for this month for a lot of you, okay? What I'm also feeling here is if you have recently had somebody that passed away, and this is like I feel like a very strong sister mother vibe, okay? If you've had somebody that recently passed away, I definitely feel like there's a lot of guidance, spiritual guidance that is coming through for you for this month. And the spiritual guidance is coming through to tell you these are the things that you really have to cut out of your life, okay? Either like I feel drinking, smoking, sugar intake, taking better care of your health. So you're getting some type of spiritual advice regarding something that you've been doing that is not really serving you anymore. So you're going to have to wean it out of your life. And for some of you, this is going to be, you're going to have a lot of success, okay? So I feel like the way to do this is to keep yourself very, very busy, because I get the feeling that, like idle hands or the devil's playground. It's sort of like, I feel like you naturally, Sagittarius, are very impatient. Not more than other people, but you are naturally, just impatient as a fire sign. And I feel like if you keep yourself very, very busy, you can overcome anything. So if you keep yourself busy, if you occupy your time with a lot of things to do, then, like physical activities, running, jogging, guitar, like taking on new hobbies, it keeps you very grounded, because then your fire energy will have like a proper healthy channel to dissipate itself, okay? So I feel like if you are not keeping yourself busy, you might resort to like, like snacking all the time. So be very careful about that. That's the message I'm getting here. And I feel like you're getting some type of inspiration to change your life, drastically change your life, change the way you look, revamp your style, cut out some things from your diet so that you can, be healthier. Okay, a lot of you might be taking a relationship to the next level regarding some children. I feel for some of you, there might have been, I feel like some type of difficulties getting pregnant in the past, mainly because of like, I feel like, miscarriages and things like that. This is the month in which it's coming into the picture where you might have, if you've been trying to get pregnant in the past, this is a very, very fertile month for you, okay? And I feel like even though you might be trying, there's still some apprehension about it because of some past disappointments, okay? I'm not going to dwell on this too much, but I definitely feel like that energy is coming through, and it's basically telling you any type of, so actually the sun is in Libra right now, in the constellation of Libra. Any type of like makeovers, any type of beautification or, revamping process is going to be very good for you, like after October 5th, okay? Because right now we're still dealing with the tail end of the Mercury retrograde shadow period. But after October 1st, when Mercury in retrograde is direct, completely direct, any type of revamping or beautification process, changing your hairstyle, changing the way you look, I feel like all of these things would be highly supported, okay?